Hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Here we are. I'm live on Monday night. And forgive me, I'm having my salad. I'm in the middle of my dinner. And this is, if you're wondering what a person who used to weigh almost 600 pounds and is now down to whatever I'm down to now, 270, whatever. Here's what I have for dinner. A salad. Disgusting, isn't it? Just disgusting. Well, everybody, it's comic book time. Let's have some fun. Let me get my light on. All right. Let's have some fun, huh? We're talking comics. My favorite thing in the world to do. Look at that, Federico. First one there. Way to go, Federico. Federico is first. I love it. I got the Thor book, and I'm almost done. I should finish it later tonight. Thank you. Oh, Federico, I'm very glad you got it, my friend. I love it when you guys get when the prizes start showing up. You know what I mean? That makes me happy. What's going on, Jeff? Jeff, did you get your book? I like it. Howdy, Ray. Look at that. Found my flipper. I love it. FMF. He's doing good down in Australia. Howdy, Ray. What's up, Chip Crisper? Galandowski. Of course, we know Galandowski's in. You know he's in. Paolo's there. What's going on, brother? How are you? Welcome. What up, Ray? Says NF. How you doing, NF? Welcome, buddy. Foul Mouth Flipper says it's Tuesday at 9:10 a.m. My God. Well, he's starting out the day with us in Australia. Nicholas says, comics time. Let's go. I love it. I love it. Griffin says, what up, Ray? How you doing, Griffin? How you doing, buddy? Hey, Ray. Happy Monday. Salad looks good to me. Congratulations on your healthiness. Thank you, P-Dub. I like Piano Wizardry. You know, Piano Wizardry, he was the first. He's our first. He was the first member. I was talking about, so I have a connection to PW because he was the very first one. So that's the one guy that people were asking me if I have a bias towards members. I like PW because he was the first, but I don't, you know what I mean? And he's cool. And I think he's around my age, so we have a lot in common. So I like PW. Cool coincidence. Fanaticals just messaged me that my orders were shipped. That's awesome, NF. PW says comics are the best. Yes, they are, my friend. It's always a good day. Always a good day when it's a day where you're discussing comics, thinking about comics, or reading comics. I love it. LP says, hello. How you doing, LP? Phil's Nerdyverse says, hey, all. Never get a chance to catch you live, so I'm delighted. What are you currently reading? I'm working my way through American Vampire. I've never read American Vampire. I've heard American Vampire is very good. I've never read it. Tell me what you think after you read it, Phil. It's awesome. Brant says, hello. What's going on, Brant? Let's see. Hello from Sweden. I'm not sure. I don't even know how to do a Swedish accent. I like it's Scott Kearney's in Australia, and I'm trying to learn an Australian accent, or not an Irish. I'm trying to learn an Irish accent so I can talk to Scott Kearney, but I always confuse it with Scottish. So I'm trying to get it down. I'll have to get a Swedish accent so I can talk to Gurgley. I'm trying. Had no school, no work today, and spent the whole day reading comics. Paolo, I'm very jealous. I would have spent the whole day reading comics. I had to work out, though. But I kicked my workout, guys. I do 10,000 steps a day. And I did it. It usually takes me around. I do them there's a machine I use, and I do 10,000 steps. And it usually takes me around 50 minutes to get 10,000 steps in. I'm now down. Forgive me, I got some kind of lettuce in my teeth. I shouldn't be clearing it out in the air, but I don't want it to show up on camera. All right. It only took me 47 minutes today. So I'm very psyched. You know what I mean? It only took 47 minutes. That's a new personal record for me. So I got new PR today when working out. 47 minutes. for doing 10,000 steps. That's very cool. PW says, I like you too, Ray. Oh, thanks, PW. Just started Batman the Demon trilogy. Where is it? I've got that here somewhere. I literally just, my wife was moving some books from one office into this one because we've almost got this office done, guys. Almost got it done. And so, you know, we're getting very close. My wife just brought in books, and one of them was Batman Demon. I finished Venom Rex, and it was so good. Brent, it's great, isn't it? It was Venom Rex that started me. That's what started me on my Donny Cates kick. Man, I love that paperback. It's so good. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of you, Brent, because when I read it for the first time, I remember how great I felt. You know what I mean? It was so awesome. So you're going through that. I understand that emotion you're going through now. What up, everybody? How you doing, Seagulls? Wesley, how you doing, Wesley? What up, Ray? I'm just about done with Brand New Day Volume 1. Oh, it's so good. Is it PW, isn't it? That's how I was. I waited so long to read it. And when I read it, I fell in love. I was mad because I waited so long. I was like, this is really good. And you know what? PW, Brand New Day Volume 2 is just as good. It is just as good as Volume 1. I loved it. In fact, in Volume 1, there's the mystery of who. I'm trying to give spoilers. Forgive me. I'm trying to give spoilers. But you don't find out who someone is in Volume 1. And in Volume 2, that's the first thing they do is they get into that story. So that's really cool. I love it. Let's see. Gogi says, actually, I'm Hungarian, but living in Sweden. I've also lived in the U.S. Dude, that's awesome. Why do you travel so much? You're from Hungary, but you used to live in the U.S., and now you're in Sweden. So you went to school here in the U.S.? Is that how it worked? And then you moved back to Sweden? I'd like to know or do you have a job that takes you to different places, or what do you have going on? I'd love to know that. Wesley says, I'm at work, but I've got delivery waiting for me at home. Year of the Villain, Hell Horizon, and by James Tynion and Scott Snyder. Oh, I love when Scott Snyder writes with somebody. It's fantastic. Scott Snyder and Charles Soule wrote a book called Undiscovered Country. That is fantastic. I love the fact when Scott Snyder writes with somebody, it's really good. And F says, I almost bought American Vampire. I figured I'd wait until I finished some other series first. I'm about to start Teen Titans, the Judas Contract from DC Finest. Oh, that's awesome, dude. I'm still awaiting Batman Son of the Demon paperback that they won. Oh, so it hasn't been sent to you? Let me see. Hold on. Maybe I saw giveaways. Maybe. Hold on, Wesley. That might explain a lot. Chill out, big guy. What are you doing? That might explain it. That might explain a lot. Because I was wondering why you didn't get the second book. Maybe your book maybe yours is the one that got messed up. I just saw some of them. My wife had it in the pile of books that she brought in here. These are the books that I've given away where the people have not, they haven't given me their address. So I was just about to put these over. I was just about to give these away to somebody else. I was just about to give these away to somebody else. So here's the books. And I thought I saw Son of the Demon. I'll check. That would explain a lot. How you doing, Chester? All right. I'll get it figured out. I will get it figured out. I almost bought America. I got that one. Let's see. Slasher said, what do you think about Marvel reprinting Spider-Verse, Spider-Geddon? Seems like a wasted spot, in my opinion, with all the bangers that are out of print. You know what it is? Because they sold The reason they did the reprint is because they sold the print run. All right. Spider-Geddon was over ordered. Spider-Geddon was over ordered by it was over ordered by one of the people who bought it, like a Target. I don't know if it's Target, but I'll use Target as an example. Like, say Target bought a bunch of them, right? They bought a bunch of them and couldn't sell them. And then they ended up selling them to the secondary market to get rid of them. Like I said, I don't know if it's Target, but I'm just, I'm making an example. And so they bought them. They bought all the ones from Marvel. So Marvel sold out from their end. And then they went to a place that couldn't sell them. And so then they ended up going to a secondary market like Ollie's or Fanaticals, where they're selling them for $30. But as far as Marvel knows, they were sold out. So they figured, okay, well, the new Spider-Man movie's coming out. Let's do a reprint. But they probably don't even realize that it went to secondary market for $30. Yeah, but there's you're right. There's no reason to reprint that book. No reason to reprint that book, because it's not a book that anyone's, there's no one wanting that book, because you can still get it at secondary markets really cheap. I think even Amazon has a bunch of them, because I'm not sure what the price is on Amazon for, I'm not sure what the Amazon price is for that book. Let me check, but I don't think it's that much. Right? I mean, Spider-Geddon Omnibus. Spider-Geddon Omnibus right now on is not sold out on Amazon. You can still get it for $139 new. So it's not sold out. That's Amazon, but check out some of the other sites and you'll see it's even cheaper, because it's it's at the lowball price where they've already bought the excess. Gary D says, "Hey Ray and my fellow comic lovers, what's up? What up, Gary D? Hey everybody, hope you all had a good day. Thank you, Oren. There's a really easy way to beat your personal best 10,000 steps. Move to New York City. Trust me on this. I would love to live in New York City, but my knees aren't good enough to be. I could do recumbent cross trainer. I could do the steps, but I can't. But walking them would be very hard, because I run into things, because I need my knees replaced. So yeah. Next up, Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I got it right here, man. There's my Batman and Turtles. I'll have to read that soon. I got it because it's James Tynion. Love James Tynion. Brant says, I bought the Venom Donny Cates Omnibus and I'm loving it so far. Dude, Donny Cates Venom Omnibus is so good, man. It is. It really is. It's really good. And PW says, you're right, Slasher. Fanaticals even still has copies of Spider-Verse, Spider-Geddon for cheap. Yeah, they're selling it for $30. So Marvel, as far as Marvel knows, it's sold out on their end, but it's on the secondary markets for $30. Meyer says, what up, Ray? How you doing, Meyer? What up, buddy? Just pre-ordered the Invincible Omnibus. I can't wait for Invincible Omnibus. Great today on the Green Arrow Omnibus. What's your favorite Green Arrow? My favorite, I just read that was my favorite. I've talked before about how much I want either the Chuck Dixon run, or I would love the Benjamin Percy run of Green. I thought his run was the best. I would love that. And but I'm also awaiting, I think Joshua Williamson, I thought that run was fantastic. I'd love to have that turned into an omnibus. And then you got Mike Grill has awesome omnibuses. So, Yeah, Green Arrow's a great character. So much good stuff. What up, Ray? Have you ever thought of doing a rank off throughout the decades or just ranking omnibuses from previous decades? For the rank off, you could compare art and do 90s versus 2000. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea, Hassan. Damn, I like that. Yeah. I'll have to figure out how to do that. It's a very good idea. Like ranking different eras against each other, writing or art or yeah, that'd be great. Like I'd love to do Bronze Age versus Copper Age. You know what I mean? Or Silver Age versus Modern Age. Something like that would be really cool. Gurgley says, I had a research scholarship in the U.S. and got another one later in Sweden. Look at you, man. He's a real. Are you in some kind of science? He must be in some kind of science, right? If he's getting all these research scholarships, way to go, brother. And where'd you live in the U.S.? PW says, Undiscovered Country's unbelievable. He says, unbelievably cool. Can't wait for the last volume coming up. Yeah. I love Undiscovered Country. It's great. Good old DPB. Ray, what up? Hope you're good. Just checking if you got my email. Did I get your email? I'm sure I did. Yeah, with your address. With your address, right? I think so. I'm checking right now. Oh, yeah, I got it. Yep. Good old DPB. But all right, Dan. His name's Dan. Okay. Yeah, because my wife was yelling at me because I wasn't getting you guys's, because I wasn't getting your names. So she was having to put things like comics and tortillas and then the address. And they were giving her grief at the bank or at the post office. Tom says, good evening, Ray. Good evening, Chester. Everybody says, hello, Chester. Did you get my address for Thor comic? Not trying to be a pain thing. Yeah, I got the addresses, guys. Yep. Was able to pick up Onslaught Omnibus today for $120. What? Are you serious? That's awesome, brother. Happy Monday, Ray. How's your day going? My day is going good. I love it. When I'm doing a comic show, my day's going good. Leap into the long box of legends and subscribe to Near Mint Condition, the Omnibus Overlords, the hardcover heroes, the dust jacket defenders of YouTube. Go to youtube.com/@nearmintcondition. Tom's already reminding people of the sites that I love. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Tom, as always. Great explanation on that Spider-Verse spider getting reprint. Yeah, isn't that something? And I'm just learning that stuff myself, so I figured I'd share it. Paula says, Ray, I added a bunch of books from Fanaticals on my wish list. Really good prices, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're bad or undesired. No, not at all. Not at all. It just means that the initial print run, people who bought the initial print run couldn't sell them fast enough. And sometimes they have a date, and if they don't sell them by the date, they just put them out in the secondary markets. So it doesn't mean the book's bad. You got to remember the people who sell on the secondary market are not local comic shops. A local comic shop buys a book and it has to sit on it, which sucks. Which sucks for the local comic shop. It says, oh, this will be an omnibus I'll sell. And then they don't sell it. It sucks because they have to keep it. But if you're Walmart or Target or, some of these big stores, they buy it. And then they go to then they sell it to like secondary markets and they'll sell it for like $40. And so it'll get picked up by all the Ollies and all the Fanaticals, places like that. Then they'll buy thousands or hundreds on the secondary market from them. And then they'll list them on their sites. They'll list them for like $38 or $30 and they'll get their money back. And because the more they buy, the cheaper the price gets. So that's how it works. That's how Ollie's gets their inventory. Yeah. Slasher says it does make sense. Absolutely. Another haul incoming. Stop up first at crooksandbanditscomics.com. Code Chubbyray Comics gets you hooked up. Let's keep those shelves growing. Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. DP says, what's your favorite Spider-Man and Deadpool Daredevil epic collections? Thanks. I think my favorite epics for Spider-Man are like, I'm a big fan of the Michelini. I like there's a Return of the Sinister Six is one that I love. You know, all that era, the Bagley stuff is great. Daredevil stuff. There's an epic collection by DG Chichester that hasn't been turned into an omnibus yet, and it's great. So I wonder when they're going to turn his stuff into an omnibus. Hey, you hit the like button. Thanks, LP. Love it, buddy. Frederico says the same thing. Don't forget to hit the like. Thanks, guys. Everybody like it. Everybody like it. Brant says, did you write a blog post on the Patreon site? I couldn't find it when I signed up. Yes, there is a blog post on the Patreon site. Absolutely. It's what is it called? It's called Nothing Like Surprise Must Reads. Nothing Like Surprise Must Reads. That is the blog post. Let me make sure I have it to where you guys can. Let me make sure I have it to where you can see it. Paid access. Yeah. As long as you're, you know, and I'll talk about the blog post here in a second. Yeah, you should get it. It's called Nothing Like Surprise Must Reads. That's the blog that's up. Would anyone know how in stock trades, cheap graphic novels, panel bound comics, and Crooks and Bandit comics make money off books when they sell them for like 40% off cover price? Because okay, they buy them from Marvel or DC. They buy them at retailer price, and retailer price, depending on how many you buy, retailer price, you know, drops down. So then they turn around and sell them for like, they'll sell they'll get $150 omnibus. They get to buy it for a reduced price because they're a retailer. And then they turn around and sell it, you know, just over what they paid to make a profit. And I'm speaking for Adam's not here to say it, but as far as I know, if they sell it for like $80 to $90, that means they bought it for like 70. So you got to remember the profits that these guys make, they're not looking to make, they don't make huge profits. The people that make the big profits are like Amazon and big Target, you know, big places like that, because they buy the books, they buy so many of the books, they get a reduced rate. And then these people list them at cover price. So Amazon will list a $150 book as $150, but they bought it for like $50. So they'll make $100 each book. And this is just, you know, I'm just guessing on the prices, but because they are able to buy so many of them, their price drops more. So if you could support a smaller company like crooksandbanditscomics.com, your purchase means more to them than it means to Amazon. Trust me. Your purchase means more to cheap graphic novels or in-stock trades than it means to Amazon. I mean, that's just reality. But that's what Amazon's done to flood the market, and they're doing with everything. They're buying so much of it, they get the things at a cheap price, and they sell it for the list price. That's how they make their money. I don't know if it's the omnibus, but Batman and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures is really fun. Features the cartoon Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and animated series Batman. Yeah, this is, I don't have that. I have the Tynan Batman one. Have you ever read 0 Hour Crisis in Time? Oh yeah, I love it. You've never read that, Andy? Yes, I don't see where it's not on Cam. It would not be on Cam, but it's a very good story. Yeah, I got it when it came out live. Did you read Armageddon? In Armageddon, there was a DC hero that became a bad guy. All right. He became a bad guy, called himself Monarch. And then after Armageddon, he starts messing with time. And he begins messing with time. And that's what 0 Hour is about. So it's in 0 Hour. They took the. I'm trying to explain it without giving spoilers. You know how comic books like DC Comics have been around since 1927. All right. 1927. They have had all these storylines, and DC Comics wanted to make sure that everything made sense, like it still happened. They want to make sure the golden age Batman stories that they wrote in the 1920s and 1930s. Superman was 1920s and 1930s. All those old golden age heroes. And they wanted to make sure that all those stories still existed. All right. So that's why they created a 0 Hour, so that all those stories still existed. They fixed time. They fixed time in the DC universe. And that's what 0 Hour was about. You guys want to see me feed Chester? He's really begging here. What you doing, baby? You want your treats? Want your treats, buddy? Come on. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, he needs his treats. Hold on, guys. Chester has to get his treats. He's a good boy. Yeah. Let me finish feeding him. Okay. So basically, 0 Hour fixes all the time issues with DC. And of course, things changed during Crisis on Infinite Earths. There were so many crises that were happening. So many crises happened throughout the years. They wanted to fix all the timelines. And that's what 0 Hour does. 0 Hour fixes the timelines by they abolish eras, and then they sort of amalgamize eras. That's what it's about. Like, for example, you'll see in 0 Hour, there's a Green Arrow story that has no dialogue in it. And it's Green Arrow, the old Green Arrow, fighting, and the current Green Arrow, and somehow they both come in contact with each other, and it's very weird. And there's a bunch of stories like that. There's all the different DC Comics heroes came into contact with like old versions of themselves, but it was the timelines that were merging. It's a cool story. It's a long story. And I'll tell you, there's the omnibus, yes, but there's also the DC Finest. The DC Finest is really cool because it's not complete yet, but the DC Finest, the first issue's out. The DC Finest is mapped a little different, and I think it's mapped better. So I highly recommend, if you don't have the omnibus, the DC Finest is really good. Now, I don't know when part 2 of that's going to come out, but it's really cool. So there you go. It's about merging, and I hope I didn't give any spoilers away. It's about merging the timelines, and it successfully did that. And it's good, and Andy, you'll love it. It's a great story. Let's see. NF says, have you ever read Southern Bastards? I have not. Read the X-23. Wes, I saw that message on Discord, and as soon as I saw that message, I went and bought it. Thank you. Thank you, by the way, brother, because I went and bought it. And that was awesome. I was very happy to have purchased that. And I'm going to figure out this Discord thing so I can communicate better. Fanaticals just shipped, so Fanaticals is finally shipping things from like a month ago. Thank God. All right. Gurgley says he was in Syracuse, New York, and he did biomedical research and love comics. Reading Deadpool and Cable right now. Dude, that's awesome. Yeah, I lived in Syracuse for a while. Syracuse was a great place to live, except there was so much snow, man. It snowed from November to April. Holy crap. There's a lot of snow in Syracuse, New York. But it was a nice city. But I hated the time zone and I hated the snow, so I had to leave. I just wanted to make sure you got my email. Yes, I did. Yep. Why do people dislike Brian Michael Bendis? Hassan, I don't know, buddy. I love Brian. Brian Michael Bendis is one of my favorite all-time writers. In fact, he was on my top 5 historical list. I love him. He's one of my all-time favorite writers. I think he's great. I love Brian Michael Bendis. I'm excited that he's coming back to Marvel. I think he's fantastic. You could do a winner stays on regarding the era. That's a good idea. Oh man, I love that. Is Spider-Geddon worth getting? I don't know. You know what? Yeah, it's a fun little book, but I'm just saying, I don't know why I think, listen, the reason it sold out, I think, is because it came out when, what was it? No Way Home or the Spider-Man movie was out. So they bought it thinking, or no, it was with a cartoon. It was when the cartoon was coming out. So they bought it thinking that all these cartoon fans would come get it, and they didn't. That's how it ended up in the secondary market. What's up, Chubby Ray? Your Green Arrow review got me interested in a character I initially had no interest in. Green Arrow is I love Green Arrow. It's a great character. PW says, I think the Spider-Verse Spider-Geddon Omnibus is definitely worth getting. Yeah, it's good. Did you like the cartoon? Why am I missing? What's the name of the cartoon? It's Across the Spider-Verse, right? Whatever the name of that. I think it is, and it's got to do with all of the Spider-Man characters. That like the whole Spider-Verse that basically started with. Didn't that start during the JMS era with Ezekiel, right? That's kind of what started it. And then it ended up with Miles in the Ultimate Universe, and then all your Spider-Gwen and all the different Spider-Men. When they expanded the Spider Universe away from just Spider-Man, which I think is cool. Just ordered Nightwing by Taylor and Redondo, Volume 1, $59, dude. That's a great price. Great price for a great book, brother. Slasher says, Ray, I did end up picking up Michelini Bagley Omnibus Volume 1 for $225 shipped. Even got the DM cover for Volume 2. That's awesome. Yeah, you got to have all those Michelini and McFarlane, Michelini, Larson, and Michelini and Bagley, Volume 1 and 2. You've got to have those books. They're fantastic. Everybody needs those books. If you're a Spider-Man fan, come on. You got to have them. All right. PW says, gotta go have dinner. Everyone having a great night. You're the best, Ray. PW, I haven't even got a chance to talk about the Patreon yet. Check out the Patreon, PW. PW was the first member, so I wanted him to check out the Patreon. I forgot to talk about it because I was busy trying to get all these questions answered. Ray, what do you think about Dan Abnett returning to Marvel Cosmic with the new Imperial Garden series on the way, or Imperial Guardian series on the way? Well, so they blew up. What happened with Imperial? Marvel stopped Imperial. I heard about that. I want to say they were talking about it on Comic Pals. So I don't know. I don't know what the hell was going on with. I don't know what's going on with Abnett coming back or what, but I do know that Marvel Cosmic, there's the Guardians of the Galaxy and Nova, which have been successes, but they've had a lot of failures with Marvel Cosmic series. And I hope they can get it fixed. I hope they can get it fixed, you know. Mother Brand says, Gary, where'd you get that deal? I say, good for you, brother. That's what I say. Here we go, guys. Dave Loves Comics says, what up, Ray? Hope you're having a great day. Also wanted to make sure you got my email. Of course, but I think it's already been sent. Yeah, I think my wife might have mailed that one already. Yep. Ray, what's your favorite big Infinite Crisis? Infinite Crisis, no doubt about it. Infinite Crisis, by far is my favorite event series. I love it. I just think it's so good. And by the way, of all the event omnibuses, every single event omnibus, and there are a ton of them, the best mapped event omnibus of all time is Infinite Crisis. Infinite Crisis is mapped perfectly by DC Comics. How often do you feel FOMO? Well, I used to feel it a lot. That's why I pretty much buy every book as they come out, because I don't want to miss out. It sucks. Missing out sucks. So, yeah. So I don't experience FOMO anymore. I used to have it, but now I don't. I'll tell you what, last year, the X-Men Blue and Gold came out. I had a feeling it was going to sell out. I even told my wife, I said, listen, I'm going to get this from Amazon. She goes, what? I said, I want to buy this from Amazon. She goes, you are? I said, yep. I'm so afraid of missing. I'm afraid that it's going to sell out. She says, it'll sell out that quick. And I said, I think it will. So I got it from Amazon, and it showed up the Tuesday of the week it came out. It came here, which was nice. And it wasn't long after that it was sold out. So it's nice. It's nice when you can avoid FOMO. I need to get another bite of salad. Forgive me. Branch said hello, Chester. Everybody's saying hello to Chester. How often do you feel FOMO not purchasing single issues but having to wait for collected editions? Well, I got it from omnibuses that I wanted. And I didn't. I said, well, let me save a little money. I'll save money and wait till it's out a while. And then they started selling out. And I was like, oh, man, now they want me to pay a much more money for this omnibus. And I was like, screw that. So I just started. I would buy my older omnibuses differently. But my newer omnibuses, I wanted them as soon as they came out, man. As soon as they came out, I wanted them. I picked up Marvel Platinum Spider-Man Redux for really, really cheap on eBay. That's awesome, dude. Dave Loves Comics says, by the way, guys, I just finished Scalped Omnibus Volume 1. It's so good, super dark and gritty. Loved it. Just ordered Volume 2. Yeah, I love Jason Aaron, man. Jason Aaron's he is a great writer. His Absolute Superman is very good. Chip Chris, is that still happening? I heard the Imperial Garden series got slashed. Yeah. So I heard that the book Imperial, that Marvel put a stop to it or something. Very weird. By the way, Oren says Action Comics #1 debuted in April 18th of 1938. Isn't it? So it's 1930s. That's crazy. Damn. What's your most random book? Man, I don't know. I don't know, because random to me might mean something else to somebody. I hate to just call something random. So off the top of my head, I can't, because all books to me are special. So I really don't consider any books random. But I will think about that. All right, here we go. Slasher says, I just looked it up. They changed Imperial Gardens from an ongoing series to a mini. I was looking forward to Dan Abbott coming back. Yeah, I hope, but who knows? Listen, if that mini sells well, it's Marvel. Come on. If it sells well, they'll just have him do more. Seagulls wants to know if I read Daniel Warren Johnson's Transformers. Of course. Yeah. Yep. DP, or if you rewatched Defenders of the Earth recently. All right. Ray just tuning in. X23. Yeah, I've got it, Saran. Already bought it. Wesley told me earlier today, and I bought it right after Wesley. Wesley sent me a message on Discord at I can't even remember what time it was. But yeah, it was earlier today. I want to say it was, I'll see. I don't know if Discord gives the time of the messages. Yeah, 11:21 a.m. 11:21 Wesley sent, if you're still interested, X23 Omnis are back on Fanaticals. And as soon as I saw that, I bought it. I ended up buying it. Very happy. By the way, Nicodemus says, hello, Ray in chat. Hello, Nicodemus. JD says, name the most fun you've had after reading an omnibus. After I read Nightwing by Taylor and Redondo, I was just smiling. I was smiling because it was so good. And I was like, oh, I cannot believe. I said, that was so good. And I read it so fast. I was like, oh my God. I didn't even, because I was reading and I lost track of time. And it was, I want to say it was the middle of the night. I got done reading it 2 or 3 in the morning. And I was like, oh my God, I said, I can't believe I read this whole thing, because I read it in one night. One read, I read the entire book. And I was like, I went and checked the time, and all this time had gone by. And to me, it just felt like, it felt like it was 15 minutes, but it was much longer than 15 minutes. And so I was so shocked. That, that I lost track of time, and I was just smiling and almost laughing. But I do remember that experience, how that felt. I remember when I finally finished Green Lantern Volume 1 for the first time. I remember going, oh my God, should I start Volume 2 now, or is that crazy? And that was another fun one. And the other one was Savage Avengers. When I finished that one, I remember going, God, Jerry Duggan is so good, because I hadn't read any Jerry Duggan before. And I was like, I got to find more books that he read. And then another one was Black Cat. I remember I was just really happy after I read I was really shocked. I was like, I can't believe I'm a fan of Black Canary. So yeah, that's what I read. That's what I remember about omnibuses. What book you doing a getaway tonight? I don't know. Any DC or Daredevil? Well, possibility, of course. Possibility. What was a life-changing comic that's not Legion of Superheroes? Would have to be Justice League. Probably Justice League, the Bronze Age Justice League. Bronze Age Justice League was definitely life-changing for me, because I was a little kid. And yeah, that was life changing. And another life changing book. Well, The Death of Superman was really something. Death of Superman was really crazy. And Batman's broken back. I mean, those were crazy times. This in the 90s. In the 90s, DC killed off Superman. They turned Green Lantern into a villain. They killed Green Arrow. They broke Batman's back. I mean, they were replacing all of their. They killed Blue Beetle. They killed Blue Beetle. And then, of course, they fixed the timeline, brought him back at zero hour. But I don't want to give any spoilers of this stuff away, but they did, I guess they did that before. They did the 0 hour thing before Infinite Crisis. And then he died in Infinite Crisis. So he was, so I guess, it's, you know what? He came back in New 52 or Rebirth, right? Is when he came back because he died. He died in Infinite Crisis, right? Do you? I only own Nightwing or Nightfall Volume 1. Should I complete with 2, 3 of the trades or upgrade to 3 Omnis like you have in the back? Yeah, I love them. Well, number one's the best. Number one is the best one. Number one's the best one. And number three is really good because Bruce Wayne becomes Batman again. It's really good. Number 2 is crazy because it's Azrael. It's Azrael becoming Batman, and I still don't understand why Bruce decided to give the title to Azrael and not Nightwing. Even to this day, it doesn't make sense to me. But I don't question Batman. I just enjoy it. Meyer's still complaining about Brian Michael Bendis's writing because he writes like this per panel. Like what? Like this, bro. A good example above. I got to tell you, I love Brian Michael Bendis. I love his dialogue. I think Bendis is one of the best dialogue writers of all time. I love it. Love it. I need a Jeff Johns Teen Titans reprint. Here's what they're doing. They're putting out Jeff Johns Teen Titans as a compendium. It's totally different. It's different mapped and more complete than the omnibus, and it's coming out. Is it May? I think it's coming out in May, but they're giving his Teen Titans run the Green Lantern treatment, and that's Jeff Johns. I still love Bendis' New Avengers Daredevil. I think Bendis' New Avengers run is one of my favorite books of all time. All time. By the way, Tom says those cartoons were across the Spider-Verse and into the Spider-Verse, and the third one's going to be called Between the Spider-Verse. Yes, that's why Target bought all those books, is because of the cartoons. And they thought, well, those cartoons are selling out, so people buy the books. And then when they didn't buy them within a month's time, Target sold them to secondary market. And that's how they end up, where you can still get it now for $38 on Fanaticals. You know what I mean? Let's see. Marvel Cosmic is cooked. The Guardian book going to be another 10-issue run. So, yeah, it's a shame. Cheap Graphic Novels has it for $59.99. Yes. So excited for you to finally read DCKO once it's collected. For me, it's the best event DC's done since Flashpoint. I can't wait. I think August. I think we're going to get I think the trade paperback comes out in August. Paulo says, any prior reading required for Infinite Crisis? Should I get the omnibus or the absolute? Get the omnibus. The omnibus is fed. The only thing you need to read before the omnibus is here. Read Identity Crisis. Identity Crisis should be read. Identity Crisis is a book by Brad Meltzer. And I think it's one of the finest. I think it's one of the best comic stories ever written. That's how highly I regard this book. I have this. I have a deluxe edition hardcover. This is how sick I am. I have this paperback right in front of me. I have a deluxe edition hardcover of it, which I don't know. I'm trying to see where, if you guys can see it in cam, but no, you won't be able to see it on cam. I have the absolute version of it, and I have the omnibus of it. That's how much I love Infinite Crisis. I mean, Identity Crisis is not an omnibus, but I have Infinite Crisis. I have all those different things too. I've got paperback, absolute, omnibus. I love that. And Identity Crisis, you read it first, and then go into Infinite Crisis, just so you know what happened, because it's referenced in Infinite Crisis, but it's not in the book. That's the only thing that's wrong with Infinite Crisis. Want behind the scenes goodies, early drops, and that sweet Chubbyray Comics chaos? And swing into Chubbyray Comics Patreon and join the crew. You can go directly to chubbyraycomics.com, or you can go to patreon.com/CW/ChubbyRayComics. Go to chubbyraycomics.com. It's the easiest way to get there, guys. Go chubbyraycomics.com, and that will take you to the Patreon page. And we're going to talk about Patreon here in just a second. Let's see. I know you've answered this before, but what's your preferred site for getting omnibuses? Well, I like a bunch of different sites. I like crooksandbanditscomics.com because literally that's been the best shopping lately. I bought them from Adam, and that's shopping so quick. The other thing is, using the Chubbyray Comics code, I get $2 off per book, which is nice. Then I like In Stock Trades, because In Stock Trades is in Indiana and I live in Illinois. So their books get here pretty quick. Then I like Panelbound Comics. There's been some shipping from Panelbound Comics that's actually pretty quick, but the last ones took forever. And then Cheap Graphic Novels, same way, but this last Cheap Graphic Novels order, holy crap. I think I bought it February 4th, and it's still not here. So I like quick shipping, and the quickest shipping is Amazon, but that's the most expensive price, and I hate paying the highest price. Then I would say next is Crooks and Bandits, because it's been quicker. It's been quick shipping from Jersey. And then In Stock Trades, because I can upgrade to FedEx, and it shows up, 2 days after they ship it, it'll show up. And that's In Stock Trades. So right there's my choices. Crooks and Bandits Comics, In Stock Trades are the two that I use the most. But then you got Panelbound Comics and Cheap Graphic Novels. And if it's something that I'm afraid is going to sell out and I pay the extra money, then it's definitely Amazon. So there you go. What's your preference between Epic Collection and DC Finest? I love them both. MZ, I love them both. And the first thing I'm going to show you in the tour of my new libraries is I'm going to show you my Epic Collection. My Epic Collection looks sweet, man. It's the whole alcove of my house is all Epics and DC Finest. There has not been the amount of DC Finest that we've got with Epic Collection. That's the difference. But I think they're both great. They're paperback. They're full stories. I just think it's awesome, man. Goomba Guy says, do you use the DC and Marvel apps to stay more caught up and to get a feel for it, if you like the story before buying it. No, not really. I have, you know what I have is because I bought stuff from Amazon, I get the Kindle points. So if I want to read a digital comic, I can get it for free from Kindle. And I have read some Kindle stuff for free just to catch up on stuff, but because I don't have to pay for it, because I have so many Kindle points, right? Love that. Tom says, a rogue comic panel just escaped and is screaming, subscribe to Chubbyray Comics on YouTube before the multiverse reboots again. Go to youtube.com/@ChubbyRayComics. I love it. Make sure you guys share this too. Make sure to share it. Let people know. I want to increase my subscriber level because, guys, we're getting very close. I'm ready to give away that Star Wars, man. I'm ready to give that Star Wars away. We're at 3,895 subscribers. I'm trying to get to 4,000. I love it. Omnibo from Australia. Omnibo's great. I love Omnibo. Hi, Ray. I'm trying to get that accent down. Hi, Ray. What's up, brother? I think I'm one of these days I'm going to get it down. And I'm going to invite Omnibro to the Chubbyray Comics Roundtable, which I'll talk about on Patreon. I'm setting up a bunch of new stuff. And one of them is going to be Chubbyray Roundtable. And Omnibo is going to be one of my first updates to come on and talk comics with us, which will be great. Dis at Large says, hey, I just signed up for the Patreon. Thanks, brother. Yeah, you guys could go there, get 7 days free. Go there and at least get 7 days free. The Patreon just went active this morning, so sign up. Sign up, man. Sign up to that Patreon. I'd love to get Omnibo. I love Omnibo's a great guy. Goomba guy says, "Oh my God, you read like every message. That's dedication." I love reading messages. No, you guys are great. Now I will tell you this. I'll read super chat messages first. But I try to read all the messages. At least that's the goal. I don't always get there, but I try. As the show goes on, sometimes I get so backed up it's impossible. I really appreciate you signing up for the Patreon. That's awesome. ChubbyRayComics.com. ChubbyRayComics.com gets you to the Patreon. Southforce says, who else loves the smell of a new Marvel omnibus? I love the smell of all omnibuses. When you take that wrapping off, oh my God. I love the smell. In fact, you guys want to let's take the wrapping off something. Let's see. Let's take the wrapping off something and smell it. I'm going to take wrapping off of what up here is sealed. Let's take oh, here you go. This is sealed. I've read the absolutes, but I haven't read the. All right, let's unseal it, you guys. Let's unseal. Where's my little? Let's unseal Batman by Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale. All right. Let's take this plastic off. I want to take the plastic off and give it a good whip. If I can find my little scissors. See, this office got so screwed up when we moved things that I can't find anything. God, I can't find my little. I feel naked without my little scissors. All right, well, this might be dangerous. This might be dangerous. Let me. I'll go to the bigger scissors. I don't like using my big scissors on these books. All right, here we go. We're going to sniff one. I'm taking off the plastic of the Loeb and Sale Batman. which I haven't opened because I've read the I've got the absolutes and I've got the paperbacks, but I just gave away. I'm giving away the paperbacks. I gave away Batman Long Halloween to Comics and Tortillas, and tonight I'm giving away Haunted Night or Dark Victory. That's one of the giveaways tonight. All right, here we go. Hold on. Here we go, guys. Take the paper off. Paper's off. Oh, yes. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh. I want to thank Mrs. Satterley, my high school honors English program, who taught me how to open a book. But I don't have time to do it now. But she taught the whole thing about how you grab little bits and you shake it out. And I'll have to do it later. Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Satterley, for teaching me that. That smells good. There you go. I took wrapping off. I love taking the wrapping off omnibuses. Oh my God. What's your favorite James Gordon story? Oh, it's got to be Officer Down. Officer Down is great. I love Officer Down. In fact, I think I just did a video on Officer Down, didn't I? You read any Valiant comics? I don't have any. No, I did. I used to back in the 90s. But I don't have any. I don't have any collected editions of them. If I had collected editions of Valiant, I certainly would. Is there any good 616 Spider-Man comics besides JMS post 2000? You know what? I'll tell you what, the Roger Stern era of Spider-Man's is pretty good. It's pretty good because that's when they introduced all of a really like the whole New York crime families are introduced, and and the whole Hobgoblin mess and all that stuff happens. There's a lot of good stuff in Roger Stern's Spider-Man, and the spectacular stuff's really good as well. I'm trying to pull this out, but yeah. You got the Hobgoblin. The Roger Stern Spider-Man's very good. If you guys have never read it, it's hard to get. It's out of print and it's hard to get, but it's a very good book. It's a really good book. The stories are, because listen, I love Stan Lee. I'm so glad that Stan Lee created these characters, but Stan Lee is not the best Spider-Man author. Roger Stern's take on Spider-Man was, I think, better than Stan Lee's. It might be controversial, but that's what I think. Bendis is indeed an incredible writer. The hate for that dude never made sense to me, especially considering how much of the current Marvel landscape was great about. Yeah, I don't know. I think they were just mad because he left for DC. I think he's coming back. By the way, Marvel hired Bendis again. He's coming back. He's going to try to fix it again, and he will. He will. Did you know Stan Lee apparently used to forget his characters' names? In early Spider-Man issue, he mistakenly calls him Peter Palmer. Sure. It sounds like, yeah. That sounds like what Stan Lee would do. By the way, Tom says, if you want to go beyond Brad Meltzer's comics, check out his books. Yeah, Brad Meltzer's a great author. But his identity crisis, and by the way, his run on Green Arrow is phenomenal. And that's what's in the Green Arrow omnibus I just reviewed. The Green Arrow omnibus I just reviewed, which if you look, it's there to the right of look at my Green Arrow shelf. I just reviewed Archer's Quest. and it has got the Brad Meltzer run, and it is phenomenal. That's the book I just did the review of, and it's very, very good. Green Arrow, and it says Omnibus. It says Omnibus Volume 1. I didn't know it was Omnibus Volume 1. That's pretty cool, because I know there's more. There's more. Like, it cuts off during the Judd Winnick run, but I know there's a whole lot more of the Judd Winnick run, because remember, Winnick did the wedding. He did the wedding of Oliver Queen and of Oliver and Dinah. He had the characters get married, which is great, and that wasn't in that omnibus. Omnibus is love you too, bro. Oh, thanks, Omnibo. I want Omnibo on the round table, because man, that guy knows his comics. Knows his comics. And I learned too from guys like I learned from Sean and Omnibo. Whenever I'm on the near mint condition panels with Omar, I learned so much from Omar, for starters, just because Omar remembers that guy's mind is amazing. He remembers everything. And, but I've learned so much from everybody I've been with. I think it's great. And you know what? I did a show with Crushing Crisis. Oh my God. Brilliant. I could sit and talk comics with Crushing Crisis just because that mind is so amazing. And I don't know what Crushing Crisis and Omar have, but they have that ability in their head to remember things. I don't have that kind of memory. My storage unit up here is not that good. I wish it was half as good as theirs. But Omnibo is another one who could name stuff off the top of his head. God, I wish I could do that. Ray is so good at reading comments. Thank you, man. I'm kind of skipping through some now just to get ahead. Ray, last week I said I got a great deal on X of Swords. You asked if we get comics in Portuguese or English in Brazil. Mine is the same English edition you have. Many fans here order from Amazon. That's great. That's Gabriel, that's great, buddy. I was just wondering if I didn't know if they showed up in Portuguese or not. I'm glad you must be bilingual. Good for you, brother. I wish I was still bilingual, but I lost it so young. I lost my Spanish so young that now somebody says a Spanish word and I have to think about it. You know what I mean? It didn't stick, and that makes me mad because my daughter is fluent in it. And it makes me crazy that I can't remember stuff. But she'll, off the top of her head, she rattles off stuff all the time. And I'm so mad. I'm like, oh, why can't I remember that? So I envy anyone who's bilingual. Do any of you in chat use some flat plate to support the pages to avoid stress on the binding, especially for real thick books? I should, Crownable, but I don't. JD says, can you show how to properly stretch the spine? I could, but it would take a while. You basically, here's how you stretch the spine. You take a book. Let me move my salad out of the way. I will show you how to stretch the spine. Oh, let's get it this way here. Okay. So you put a book down like this, okay? And you take biggest part, then you get a little more and a little more, and you let it sort of stretch. And then you do a little more and a little more, and you shake it out. You shake it out to where it's starting to stretch. And then you get a little more on both sides, and then you shake that out. You shake it out, and then you finally get to the middle. And they should all fall now. It should fall. And there we go. Yep. See, at least one side fell. Oh, there we go. Yep. There you go. That's how you stretch out a spine, just like that. You take little bits. You take little bits like this. All right. Then you'll go a little more like this. And you always hold on to the center. And then you do more and then like this. And then you stretch it out, but you hold it. It's all stretched out now, but you hold it to where, like you hold it like that to where it will where it'll stretch out. And you do it all the way till you get to the middle of the book, and you grab just a little bit and it'll stretch all the way. I hope that was a quick enough explanation. And I learned that in high school from my teacher named Mrs. Satterley, who I've never thought about. Except when I get a new omnibus, I always think of this woman who would probably be mad that I'm using it for omnibuses, but at least I learned something from that class. Just subscribed to the Patreon, but it says there is only one member. What's up, guys? Now the Patreon, what about the Patreon? Does the Patreon only have one member? No, the Patreon's there's a bunch of members, I think. I just got it going, guys. So the Patreon has, this says the Patreon has 0 members. What the hell? Huh. I don't know. I'm still trying to, there's the Friends of Chester. The Friends of Chester is the Patreon, is the tier. That's the one Patreon tier, is the Friends of Chester tier. And I'll explain all the Patreon stuff here in just a little bit. And then I talked about it Friday. I did a special show Friday, or Saturday. On Saturday's show, I talked about it. So, some of you guys might have seen it. Let's see. Dark Victory is great. Great read and a great prize. It will be, yes. I'm like you, Ray. I leave them wrapped until I read them. Yeah, and I unwrap some every once in a while, but usually I'll leave them sealed. Thank you. I could smell that omnibus all the way down in East Tennessee. Yes. I love smelling a new omnibus. It is great. Ray, I'm a new subscriber and enjoy your channel. Thank you, Raphael. Did you ever collect single issues? Yes. And if so, why did you switch to collected editions? I'm currently collecting both. I would love to collect both. I used to collect single issues all the time. I mean, I collected single issues from 1974. I collected a ton of single issues. And then my house, we had a fire. And I lost my comic collection. And then we moved out of our house. We had to move to this apartment above a bank in a small town. So we moved to an apartment above a bank, and I started collecting comic books again. And I know this sounds made up, but it's honest to God true. Then one of our neighbors in the apartments above the bank, somebody who lived there, it's a weird story. They went to my mom's office where she worked, and they were turned down for some kind of, my mom worked at a government office, and they got turned down. And so they lit the apartment building on fire to burn up. They wanted to burn us and the neighbors. They wanted to burn up the apartment building. It was crazy, but that burnt up my comic collection the second time. And so I stopped collecting then. And then in 1989, I was in Corpus Christi, Texas, and I stumbled into a half-price books or a comic shop or something, and I found a bunch of comics. They were like for 50 cents a piece, so I bought them. And that got me hooked into collecting comics, and I collected comics from 1989 to 2005. And then in 2005, I had a contract dispute, and we had, here in the state of Illinois, there was no compete contracts. So even though I wasn't working, I couldn't work for a competitor because of the contract. And I was kind of screwed, but I had to pay the mortgage. So I started selling off my comic books. And I started selling off the Silver Age Marvel books, which, of course, if I wanted to pay the mortgage, I'd sell like 2 Fantastic Four books, and the mortgage would be paid for that month. And then I'd sell the next month, here's Amazing Spider-Man books, and I'd sell them, and then I'd pay off the mortgage that way. You know what I mean? So I did that for a while, and I made the house payment. And while I wasn't working, I paid the house payment and bills and stuff with my comic collection. And I got rid of most of the comic collection. And then I had to get surgery in 2004, and I couldn't walk after surgery. I was in a wheelchair, and I wanted something to pass the time. So I decided I wanted to get a comic book. And the comic I ended up getting was Batman, I Am Gotham. This was the first trade paperback that I bought, and I loved it. And I could read it, and I didn't have to get up. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't. I couldn't walk. All I could do was just sit there. And I got this, and then I got, you know what I mean? I started buying trade paperbacks, and that was in maybe July of 24, and I started buying insane amounts of paperbacks. Like, I should have been doing haul videos back then, because you guys, I would have like 100 paperbacks show up. And then I was buying from eBay and Amazon, cheap graphic novels, in stock trade, you name it. I was buying from everywhere. And then in August or September of 24, I bought my first omnibuses. I bought Green Lantern Volume 1 by Jeff Johns, House of M by Brian Michael Bendis, Spider-Man by Michelini and Bagley. And that's when I started my omnibuses. That was in September of 24. And since then, I've compiled this entire, this collection now, which is really big. It's pretty cool. Very happy about it. Latorso says, I'm so hyped for Absolute Green Arrow. I want to know who it's going to be. Because what I've heard is that it's not Oliver Queen, right? By the way, Tom just gifted a Chubbyray Comics membership. He just gifted it to Cranable. Congrats, Cranable. Congrats, buddy. That's awesome, man. Makes me very happy. By the way, Raphael says, awesome, Ray. Yeah. Raphael's good. That was my grandpa's name. My grandpa's name was Rafael Patron. That's my grandfather. So, Raphael, your name gives me a warm feeling. You know what I mean? Gives me a warm feeling. Thank you so much for your question. Let's see. Oh, Scott Kearney's in. What's up, Scott? Just got back from Comic-Con, man. In so much financial debt right now. So many books added to my collection. Dude, that's awesome. I think it's great. It's the best. Listen, that's the best debt. That's the best debt, Scott, especially at your age, because it won't be long before your debt becomes, paying for your kids this and paying for your kids that and paying for this. You know what I mean? It just all responsibility is going to kick in for you in about 5 years or so. So do it now where your only debt is from do fun things like comic books. Because then it's great. Good for you, man. I hope you got good stuff. I really do hope you got some really good stuff. Gabriel says, I'm bilingual and it's a blessing because some people here depends on Panini because of language. They publish so little stuff. Most recent comics are just published in monthly trade paperback and that's it. Yeah. Did you learn? Did they teach you English in school in Brazil, or or how did you learn English? Because I know it's Portuguese. But I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've had some people I know from Brazil that tell me that they speak Portuguese, but they've also learned Spanish and they've learned English. So he said this friend of mine told me a lot of people from Brazil are trilingual because they speak Portuguese, Spanish, and English. And I think that's impressive as hell. And I met somebody from Japan, and Japan, they spoke Japanese, Spanish, and English, which is amazing. So I'm just wondering, did the schools teach you that, or how the hell did how'd you learn English? I mean, it's pretty cool. I mean, look at that picture of Gabriel, but look at that picture of Gabriel. Looks like he was a model and he had to learn it. He had to learn English to pick up women when he was in New York doing model shoots. Good for you. By the way, Oren says, I used to be fluent in both German and English and then fell out of practice. I have memories of that time in my life. I regret losing myself, let myself forget so much. Yeah, it's crazy, Oren. I was the same way when I was a little kid. I spoke Spanish. And then we moved from Chicago. Down to South Central Illinois, and my mom didn't speak Spanish, or my mom just didn't like to speak it. She remembers more than I do, but it was because my grandparents spoke Spanish. That's how I learned to speak it, because my mom would work and my daycare was my grandparents. So I spoke to them. They taught me how to speak, you know what I mean? And that's my problem is when I first started speaking English, I had a stutter. By the way, I still get a stutter sometimes, but I never had a sputter. I never stuttered when I spoke Spanish, but I had a stutter speaking English. And now I'm 50 plus years old and I don't remember a damn, well, occasionally I remember Spanish stuff, but I don't remember much of it. I'll tell you that. And it makes me mad, but I'm too lazy to actually learn it again. Ray, do you ever lay awake at night and hoping what you've ordered will not arrive? Well, no, my stuff never arrives damaged. Thank God. But I'll tell you, I get pissed off. I get pissed off when I order stuff and it just takes forever to show up. And the other thing, I cannot understand why these people who own these shops or these services, if I own cheap graphic novels or if I own in-stock trades, the number one thing would be fill the orders timely. If something's not in, send it anyway. And tell them if it comes in, we'll send it later. I mean, I would want to get the orders filled as fast as possible. And I can't understand because Amazon fills those orders like that. Amazon, boom. I noticed today, I'm like, oh shit, but I had forgot to buy the Green Lantern Compendium. I'm like, I didn't buy the Green Lantern Compendium. Oh shit, I want to get it. Maybe I'll look here. And everybody else had it as coming soon still. I went to Amazon today and I clicked Green Lantern Compendium and now it says it'll be here tomorrow. So you say what you want. I know their prices suck and there's a lot of things about Amazon I don't like, but I'm getting the book tomorrow. You know what I mean? I like that. I have terrible impulse control problems. I have to unwrap my purchase immediately. Even if I'm not going to read it right away, I like to thumb through it and look. Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that. Oren says, that's terrible. You lost your collection of fire twice. I lost one was very small, but the first one was, it took me years to put together and it had a bunch of Silver Age Marvel stuff. Oh my God. That one hurt. I lost a lot of early Fantastic Four, a lot of early Amazing Spider-Man, all burnt up in that first fire. A lot of early Daredevil. I had Daredevil number 2. I had Amazing Spider-Man like number 4 on. A bunch of early Fantastic Fours. Hold on, I had to eat some salad. All right. Crownable's happy. You made Crownable happy, Tom. Good job. Where are some of your favorite one shots? What are your favorite one shots? Self-contained issue ones, self-contained one issue stories, or even short league miniseries. For example, some minor X-Men, God Loves Man Kills is definitely one. God Loves Man Kills, Punisher, Ghost of Innocence. I think Punisher, God Love Man Kills. I love Daredevil. Devil in Cell Block D is fantastic. I told you one that I liked. Hold on, guys. I don't know what's going on with something's going on with my screen here. What the hell did I do? Genesis says Amazon shipped my omnibus and paper envelope. Yeah, but the deal with Amazon when they do that stuff. Oh, here we go. Hold on. All right. I finally got my screen was screwed up. Forgive me. I don't know why it's still doing this. Oh, there we go. All right, I figured it out. My phone was on the keypad or the keyboard. Oh, all right. Ray, I'm a Puerto Rican from New York and can't speak Spanish. Only Spanglish. Listen, Spanglish is better than what I'm speaking. Do you usually pre-order omnibus? I know what the recent run of Marvel omnibus is. Yeah, I do pre-order, man. I do pre-order. And Gabriel says, yes, I speak Spanish too. I was taught English and Spanish in school, but most of my learning was from watching YouTube videos about topics I liked, as well as games, TV series, and movies. I think it's great. I think people from Brazil, you can't play baseball worth shit because they lost to England today or Great Britain today. But man, they're great soccer players, and I'll tell you what, they're trilingual. I am so impressed by that. I'm so impressed by the fact that so many people from Brazil are trilingual. That impresses the hell out of me, and I'm very jealous of them. Janice says Amazon shipped omnibus in paper envelope. Here's the deal with Amazon, though. And if Amazon sends you something you don't like, send it back, and they send you a new one. And I've ordered an omnibus from Amazon before. I sent that sumbitch back 3 times, and they sent a brand new omnibus all 3 times until I had one that didn't have any dents or dings on it. All of it. So that's one good thing about Amazon is they replace damaged stuff, and they have the fastest shipping. Now, I said earlier on the show, I would much rather support a small business. Crooks and Bandits Comics. I love Crooks and Bandits Comics because they have quick shipping. They're owned by a comic fan just like us. The guy's a comic fan. And he developed this service just because he wanted to make something out of his hobby. And I love his service. I think it's great. I think what he's doing is amazing. So I'd rather give him the business. But when I need quick shipping, like I needed that compendium, man. I needed it, and I got it. Amazon's sending it tomorrow. By the way, super chat from Gary. Thanks, Gary. Ray, will there ever be a Firestorm Omni? I really like that character. God, I hope so, Gary. I love Firestorm. You know what? Here's what I think is going to happen first. I think we're going to get a Firestorm DC Finest first. we'll get, this is just my prediction. I think we're going to get a DC Finest before we get an omnibus of Firestorm. But it wouldn't surprise me if we don't get a Firestorm DC Finest very soon. It would not surprise me at all. So that's my take. But thank you for the super chat, brother. Remember, super chats will make me stay on later, guys. Show ends at 7 unless I make enough with super chats and I stay on later. I love it. Thank you, Gary D. You're the man. Federico says, done with my evening walk, 70 minutes at a slow pace because I was reading all your comments. Only 2 points. That's awesome. Federico, that's awesome. I like Federico's picture. He looks like Sipowicz in that photo. Good for you, brother. That's great. By the way, let's read Tom's post. Swing by Crooks and Bandits Comics for the mightiest collected editions around. Zoom to crooksandbanditscomics.com and use the power code Chubbyray Comics at checkout. Absolutely, brother. Chip Christer wants to know what Green Lantern compendium. Well, Green Lantern, the Sinestro War, Volume 2 comes out tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow, and I'll be getting it because I ordered it from Amazon. I wish I could. Nobody else had pre-orders. And I like my stuff to show up as soon as it's released, you know? Which book had the biggest impact on your life? Life Principles. Oh, man. You know, probably Superman. You know what I mean? Superman, let's face it, Superman is pure decency. You know what I mean? He's just pure decency. So he always has impact on our lives. Batman's dedication is, I think, motivational. I think Spider-Man, because you see a guy whose life is turning to crap all the time, but yet he's got responsibility of making the world better. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of comics. There's a lot of comics that have influenced me, you know, in that way. But I get that influence in a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? I get that not just from comics. I've gotten that influence. A lot of my life has been surrounding myself with people who inspire me. I do find I find inspiration in a lot of things. So Lacanima says, oh, Ray's live again. Lacanima, Ray is live. Here we go. Ray is live on YouTube Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 5 p.m. Central. Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Ray is live on Patreon Tuesday and Friday. And Ray will be live on Patreon on Sundays. So there you go. Ray's always live. At least I'm trying. I'm going to try to be live. Harley wants to know how that Batman I haven't read it yet. It's definitely on my it's on my list to read. It's on my TBR pile. I bought it because you guys told me in the chat room. I can't remember who to credit, but somebody told me in the chat room that I had to get it because it's James Tynion, and they're absolutely correct. By the way, NF says, I love Brazilians, some of the nicest people. They are. There's some of the, I went to college with a guy from Brazil who played, my roommate in college was from Liberia. His name was Tanu Morian. And Tanu played soccer. And one of his teammates was from Brazil. And just a really nice guy. They played soccer in college. And just really great people. I never read Cell Block D, but I love Ed Brubaker. Dude, it's Ed Brubaker. It's such a great story. It's such a great. Harley says, in the most tasteless of ways, I love the way they shave. Thank you, Harley. Thanks for sharing that. Harley loves the way they shave. Thank you, Harley. You've always got one Harley in the group. There's always one name. By the way, DP says Gary's name needs to go in the members pot 3 times now. By the way, guys, it's time to throw away. The Frosted Flake cup is being thrown away. We're throwing it away tonight, guys. In fact, it's going to be where I keep my pencils and where I'm going to keep my drawing utensils. It's thrown in the garbage because it's time that I present to you the new Chubbyray comics. The new Chubbyray comics prize roller. Dun, 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 dun. Here's how we're going to give away stuff from now on, man. It's going to be very cool. We're going to spin it. And then I'll open up the, forgot how I open it. How do I open it? I opened it up. How do I do it? Then I open it up, I think this way, and I grab out a name. So we're kicking that off tonight, man. We'll be kicking off the new spinning barrel. Of course, I got to get this thing put in right, which, oh well, still trying to figure it out. But yeah, our new prize wheel is here, and this is what we're using. Very cool. I'm looking very forward to our giveaways tonight, everybody. The worst part of Amazon is that the damage to the books is totally preventable. I got an Omni the other day undamaged, and it was a miracle. The box looked like someone played, but you know what? It's on them, and those sons of bitches are taking it back. Those MFers, if they send me a damaged book, it's on them. They better send me a brand new one to replace it with. Amazon needs to put more padding in the boxes. It seems like a simple task, but at least the return policy is good. Yeah, I wish that they treated books better, but I'll tell you something. If they pull that crap with me where they send me a crappy book, I'll read the crappy one while I'm waiting for them to send me the new one. And then I'll tell you what, when they sent me Avengers by Jeff Johns, I read the whole book because I read it so fast. I read the entire book before the replacement got here. And then when the replacement book got here, I took the new wrapped replacement book and put it in the shelf after I had finished the other one. I ended up taking the wrap off because I did another video that included something, so I needed to take the wrap off. But yeah, it was awesome. Any Conan the Barbarian fans here? The various comics, origin stories, the movies. I just read the third Arnold movie in production hell for years is apparently finally getting written. Wow. I'll be damned. I've liked the Conan stuff that I've read, man. Ray, I answered on Discord. That's awesome. Lacanema, I knew. Lacanema, if you're a member of Patreon, all I'll do is, Lacanema, I will move you up to the same thing Tom is, an admin or whatever on Patreon. And then you link it up to where people who join Patreon are members of Discord. So Lacanema, I'll give you admin rights. I will give you the admin rights. Hey, can you see where the Batman Son of the Demon book was? Thank you. It was in that pile of books that were giveaways. Yeah, Lacanema, I'll make you an admin and you could do it all if you're cool with that. And he says, do you own Catwoman Omnibus? I will. I think it's tomorrow, right? Isn't the Catwoman Omnibus coming sometime this week? Rest in peace, Frosted Flakes Cup. Yes. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, dear Frosted Flakes Cup. Andy says, is it bingo night at Ray? Yeah, this is how we're going to do the giveaways. We're doing the bingo. We're doing the, by the way, Tom says that looks very professional. You guys, I got to credit Tom with this. He's the one who suggested I buy this. So if you guys like this, thank Tom. It was his idea. He told me about it. He said it was on Amazon and everything. And then I told my wife, she bought it like that and it got here. She bought it Saturday and it showed up, or she bought it Friday and it showed up. It showed up yesterday. That's awesome. So yeah, thank you to Amazon for that. Cheeky Chicken says, hey, everyone just came in. Did I miss any updates for the channel like Patreon and Discord? Yes, I was just about to do that and I got caught up answering questions. Okay. So guys, we have developed the Chubbyray Comics Patreon. If you go to chubbyraycomics.com, that takes you to the Patreon. You can subscribe. You can join the tier 3, which is the Fans of Chester membership. Let me show you what the Patreon looks like. Like I said, we just got it going. There's a blog post up and we've got that up. And then we've got, there's a blog post. There's a pictures post and there's a video. And I did a surprise show. I did a surprise show on Friday. All right. But here's what the Patreon looks like. All right. When you go to Chubbyray Comics Patreon, you'll see this. And then here's Chubbyray. These are pics. I put these pics up. And we're going to have a bunch of pics. And pics will be not just from me, but from you guys. I'm going to have you guys send me your pics. There is a welcome video. When you first get there, there's a welcome video. Watch the welcome video to welcome you to the page. All right. And then there is a blog post. And you'll see the blog post and read that. This is the kind of stuff you're going to get. Plus, you're going to get all the different shows. I'm going to start a Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday show, which are just going to be on Patreon. They'll be on Patreon. All right. One of the shows is going to be Chubbyray Comics Roundtable, which is going to be me and people I invite, people like Omnibo, people like Sean from Comic Pals, Comics and Tortillas. I'm going to invite Omar. Hopefully he'll want to join her. Omnidog or Cody Collects. I'm going to invite Dom. I'll invite everybody who I want to come on and talk comics with me. And then I'll be inviting some of you guys as well to come on and talk comics in the roundtable. And then I'm going to have, I will also have Chubbyray Comics Lounge. The Chubbyray Comics Lounge will be Friday nights. Friday nights at 5 Central will be the Chubbyray Comics Lounge, which will be really cool. And then I'm going to have a Sunday show as well. I haven't figured out what time that's going to be, but I will have the Sunday show as well. That's going to be earlier in the afternoon. So, and that's going to be for, my fans in Europe so they can watch the show because it's on so late. The 5 o'clock show's on so late in Europe. A lot of the people are sleeping. So all I want is for you to join the Discord now or join the Patreon. When you join Patreon, you will automatically become a member of the Discord once Lacanema gets that set up. All right. So I'm wondering, I want to take questions. I want you guys to ask some questions about the Patreon so I can try to. Somebody sent me a great question. I think it was Wesley sent me a great question on Patreon. He asked, he just asked a question about memberships and blah, 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 because there is a charge. Now, here's what's going on with the charge. And let me explain it. I wanted a website, and Patreon does free websites. Okay. You get a free website if you use Patreon. But the lowest, so I'm putting the lowest price. I got the $3 a month. Okay. Now, the reason that exists is because, and I guess I just found this out today, is because I've only got one tier. Now, if I create more higher tiers, then I can drop the price or something. I'm still working on this. But there's a question that Wesley asked that I thought was good. He said, am I going to get rid of the member tier on YouTube and instead make it on Patreon? I thought that's a good idea. So if I get rid of the member tier on YouTube and I put all that stuff to where the videos go to Patreon users first, if I just put the price up on Patreon, because I don't know what the membership price is on YouTube. I'm not sure what the price is. And if someone can tell me, I'd really appreciate it. If you guys let me know what the price is on YouTube memberships. Aaron says, I just joined the Patreon. Very excited. Oh, thanks, buddy. By the way, Orange says the discount. Yeah, Laconima has already set the Discord up. I'm going to give him admin rights to the Patreon, so Laconima will be able to set it. There's a way on, and I wish I was as smart as Laconima. I wish I was. There's a way that you can tie the membership on Patreon to where everybody who subscribes on Patreon can automatically become on the Discord. So he's going to take care of that, I hope. And then, yeah. So Laconima says it's $2.99 on YouTube. Okay. So we're $3 on Patreon. So what I could do is I could, if I get rid of the YouTube memberships, and then I'll send out the videos early to Patreon members. I'm trying to get this all taken care of. So I'm trying to figure it out. But when you go to Patreon, there is the Friends of Chester. There is the Friends of Chester tier. So you go and you click on the Friends of Chester tier. If you click on membership, it goes to Friends of Chester tier, and just add that. There's a 7-day free preview, which I think most people are doing. So just get 7 days free trial, and you'll be part of that tier, and that'll get you everything. But I guess if I add, like I said, I'm still trying to figure this out. If I add a higher price tier, then I can create a cheaper tier that would just get you Discord or whatever. But right now, I think the Patreon's the same as the membership. So, because I'm not doing this for a ton of money. I'm just doing this, for my friends to get access to the stuff. And I want to create more material, and I'm going to start letting some users do some videos too that I'm going to put up on Patreon. Plus I'm writing, and this might be crazy. This might be crazy, but I'm going to write a comic book. I'm going to start writing issues of The Stain. And The Stain will also be friends with Chubman and Puggin. All right. And so I'm going to start writing scripts to where anyone who's an artist, you can take the script and try to draw it. I mean, I'd love to try something fun like that, because I'm not good enough an artist to figure it out. But these are just thoughts I have in my head. These are thoughts in my head of things I want to do. So anyway, this is all fun that I want to do. Laconima will hopefully get the Lakanima will hopefully get the Discord stuff set up, and then everybody join. Everybody will be on Discord, and that way you can all communicate like that. And then eventually, it's not going to happen now, but eventually we'll move all the memberships from YouTube, and everybody will start getting the same stuff on Patreon. All right. Once we get it all figured out. But I'd really appreciate if you guys sign up on Patreon. It's chubbyraycomics.com. chubbyraycomics.com, and join the Friends of Chester tier, because the only thing that's free on there, I think, the only thing they let me put up for free was the welcome video. In order to see the pics of the blog, I think you've got to be a member. I think. But like I said, I'm just trying to figure this out, guys. So, we're just trying to figure it all out together, and that's what's happening. So anyway, go there and join the Patreon. I'd really appreciate it. And we're trying to get it figured out. All right. We're trying to get it figured out. By the way, Lakanima, you guys, Lakanima's done so much work on the Discord. It's going to be awesome. It's really going to be cool. And I'll give him admin privileges. I think if I could, let me see if I could do it now. Lakanima, I'm not sure how to do it. I'm not that smart, but let me see if I can figure out how to do it. I'll just give it to him now, and he can set it up while we're doing the show. But I think it says it's easy, but listen, if Patreon tells me it's easy, I'm an idiot. I wish I was smarter, but I'm just not smart. So let's let Lakanima, I'd rather let Lakanima mess with it than me, just because he's smarter than I am. Let's face it. I will screw it up. So let's let Lakanima do it. All right. Let's let him take care of it. And then I think I got to go to settings. I think I'll go to settings and team. All right. Settings and team. All right. Lakanima, what is your email? Lakanima, send me your email. Either if you want to, you can just send an email and I'll do it. But whatever your email is, when I send you this thing, you could be an admin. So, and then you just hook up whatever. Lakanima says, I like that. I read that new 52 Catwoman. It's Judd Winnick. Judd Winnick's great. I'm getting the new 52 Catwoman. I can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's awesome. So, by the way, Lakanima says, so only paid Patreon. Well, what's going to happen is, when I create a higher arc, Lakanima, then it'll allow me to create a cheaper Patreon. And so then anybody, free members or whatever, can all do it. But right now it's going to be, well, you'll see. Right now it's going to be, Lakanima, you'll see when you get in there. I don't understand all that Patreon is allowing, but it's somehow you've got to be on Patreon. And I think you'd be a free member on Patreon and still get on the Discord. And you'll be somehow tied to the Discord. So that's going to be for you you figure it out, Lakanima. Yeah. And there's a thing to do there. So anyway, I'll leave that up to you, because I really don't, I don't know how to figure it out. By the way, Jack Solo says, guys, hope everyone's doing good. I finished a 12-hour shift, came home, found my Amazon order was delivered. I'm going to eat, watch this live, and then crack into my new DC versus Marvel Omnibus. All right, my friend. That's how you celebrate a 12-hour shift, buddy, right there. That's how you celebrate a $2 shift or a 12-hour shift. Love it. All right, so in other words, with the Patreon, we're still trying to figure out the Patreon, but I'm going to be creating content, and that's the goal. Is I want the content to be I want a lot of content for all of my, for all my Chubbyray members and subscribers and everybody. So that's the plan. Okay. So it'll probably be tomorrow that Lacanema will get things set up. But guys, once he gets, it'll be great. Go to chubbyraycomics.com. Go to chubbyraycomics.com, and then you will see the Patreon. All right. Let me put up a banner. So I got to get Tom on here as I've got to get Tom on as an admin for the broadcast so he can do the banners and stuff. While I'm doing the show. You know what I mean? All right, there we go. ChubbyRayComics.com can get you on the Patreon. Go to ChubbyRayComics.com. I should probably edit that. Hold on. But you guys, this is all stuff that I'm learning. I'm learning this stuff, and we're trying to, we're just trying to get it as good as possible. All right. Now I got to find what I did with what did I do? I just had it. God, I'm so stupid. All right, here we go. All right, guys, here we go. All right, let me just say this. The extra half hour is brought to you by Gary D, guys. Gary D sent a super chat. Thanks, Gary D. Thank you for the super chat, brother. So he's paying for the extra 15 minutes that I'm giving you today. Let me get Lacanema's email so I can send him or get him as an admin. Okay. All right. Lacanema, you're the man, buddy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm just too stupid to do it. I wish I was smart enough to figure this out myself. So our Patreon team, my Patreon team is me, Tom, and Lacanema. So they're the ones you ask for any Patreon things. All right. Thanks, Lacanema. I just sent it, buddy. All right. Let me get to by the way, any questions? I'm just about to do giveaways, guys. If there are any Patreon questions, please ask them now. And I'll answer before I start doing giveaways with the new prize roller. Oh, I love it. I've got some good prizes. By the way, there are some people who have not sent me their email address. If you haven't sent email addresses, I'm sorry. I'm going to give the books to somebody else. I'm giving the books to somebody else, guys. I'm going to give the books to someone else. I've still got books for Gracie Patrick. Where's Gracie? Where's Gracie Patrick? Where you at? I got Gracie Patrick's book. I've got Brian Hill. Brian, this is a great book. Come on, you got to get me your address. This, as books go, this one's fantastic. Come on, dude. Brian Hall. Brian Hall. Get this book. I'm giving it to somebody else. This is last call out for these winners because I'm giving them to somebody else. If you guys don't get hold of me, you got to send me an email to chubbyraycomics@gmail.com. This is, Oh, this is Jeff. Oh, crap. I thought I sent Jeff's book. Sorry, Jeff. I just noticed I didn't send your book. I'll send it. Sorry, buddy. That's on me. That's on me, brother. My bad. Crap. Sorry, Jeff. This is Endless. Endless. You got Invincible Iron Man. Condor, you got Titans. Wait, wasn't Condor also? Isn't Condor also somebody else? Let me double check this. Condor is also, yep, Condor is also, all right, Condor, I got you right here, buddy. That's Connor. That's Connor. I'll get yours sent out, Connor. Sorry, bro. This is Cross 1915. Come on, Cross. This is Trav Tucker. And this is Germo. This is a great book. It's Graveyard Shift. Batman, come on. You guys get me your emails with your addresses to chubbyraycomics@gmail.com. Get me your addresses and I will get the books out. By the way, Condor. That's on me, brother. And Jeff AWOL, that's on me. Sorry, guys. I'll get those sent off. I know I got your addresses. That was on me. All right. By the way, Comics and Tortillas is back to the grind. Love you guys. Ray's the king of omnibus. And I just signed on to his Patreon. Yeah. Thank you, CNT. You guys go to CNT's channel. CNT did a review of James Tynan, Omnibus #2. I thought it was great. Check out his stuff. His stuff is so good. Oh, it sounds delicious. His stuff is so good. All right, ready for giveaways? Here we go, guys. Aquaman deep dives. That's one giveaway. We have Peter DeLuca says, Chubby, did you vote for? Of course. Garth Ennis, Punisher Max, Volume 2. Yep, I definitely voted for that in the reprint. Love it. Goomba. Connor, I got your address, buddy. I'll send it off. I should have sent it with the other one that my wife sent to Goomba guy. But that's what confused me, I think. God damn. It'll be on its way tomorrow, buddy. Thunder says, I've been thinking about buying Scott Snyder New 52 on it, but yeah. And you can get them for a pretty good price. I think. Yeah. I think you can get them for a pretty good price, bro. Let me double check. But I think they're for a good price. It's $62. It's $62 on Amazon. So that means it's going to be a hell of a lot cheaper on some of the other sites. Batman Volume 2 by Scott Snyder is $60 on Amazon. So if it's cheap on Amazon, trust me, it'll be even cheaper on other sites. So, yeah, that's awesome, brother. All right. All right, guys, here we go. Let's give away Aquaman Deep Dives tonight. We're going to give away. Let me go into my pile. I took a picture, by the way. One of the pictures on Patreon is the prize, the prize pile, the giveaway pile, which is gigantic. There's so many books on our giveaway pile. Let me find what I want to give away tonight. I should have gotten these books ready before. This is really good. This is really good. I probably shouldn't be giving this away. Exceptional book. Man of Steel Volume 1, still in plastic. Son of a bitch. I got that to give away. I've got Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four Volume 6 hardcover. We're giving that away tonight. Here's the prize. Here's the 4,000 subscriber prize. We are only 100. We're 110 people or 115 people away from giving this away. So you guys share. Let people know. Let's get some more subscribers so I can give this away. All right. All right. We also have Fantastic Four by Millar and Hitch. This is world's greatest, and it's a great book. It's got to do with I love the Miller and Hitch omnibus. I think it's great. This first story arc is where Reed Richards' old girlfriend, his old girlfriend is now dating a new guy, and they have an idea. They have an idea to build an alternate Earth, and the story is so good. Especially when you figure out how they're powering it. It's very, the story is, I think it's a great story. This is extremely underrated. Miller and Hitch's run on Fantastic Four is unbelievable, especially what they did with Dr. Doom, and they did stuff with Galactus, Doom, and so many. This is a very, very good book. It hurts to give this away, but I have the omnibus, so I'm giving this away. We're not doing this yet. This is a future giveaway, guys. This is Daredevil. This will be a Patreon only giveaway. Daredevil. I mean, look at this. Daredevil Epic Collection. Holy shit. This, I hate to brag, but this is going to be an unbelievable giveaway. Plus I have, here's some of the other giveaways. Captain America Epic Collection Volume 9. It's another Patreon giveaway. Holy shit. All right. Another giveaway tonight. Here we go. Batman Brave and the Bold, Myths and Mysteries. Oh, hold on. I might not be giving that away. No, I'm not. Sorry, guys. I'm not giving this away. Here, we're giving this away. Detective Comics Gotham Nocturne Act 2. This is the Rom V Detective Run. This is very good. The Batman book, actually, it's got to go. I still need it. I can't give this one away. Cannot be giving this one away. Still need it. Sorry, guys. We're hanging on to Batman Brave and the Bold. That one shall not be given away. Neither shall this. All right, these are the giveaways tonight. All right. All right, let me see if there's any questions, and then I'll get on to the giveaways. Forgive me for kind of having a scrambled brain today. Everything's a mess. DP says, oh, that Man of Steel, I'd love to win. Yes. By the way, everybody thank Gary D. Gary D is the reason we're going late. The show would be over if it wasn't for Gary D. Those giveaway prizes. Whoa, top choice. Yeah, of course. Only top choice. I don't give away shit. DP says Daredevil's one on my list. Join the Patreon. The epic collections are going to be Patreon only. That's how I'm kicking off the Patreon, is by a good giveaway. It'll be awesome. And then we'll take all the members and we'll put them in the hopper. All right. So Tom, here's what we're doing, buddy. I'm trying to see if there's any Patreon questions that I could ask so that I could answer, but I don't see any. That's great. So you guys all understand it, right? That's awesome. All right. Let's get to the Tom, I have membership giveaways and I have chat room giveaways. Shall we do membership first? I got the 2 Fantastic Fours going out for members. 2 Fantastic Four going out to members, which means I will draw from the hopper. All right. Is everybody ready for this? I'll draw from the hopper. All right. And then I do random. And Tom says we do member. Okay. Member, random, member. Okay. So first one will be Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman and Ron Garney, Volume 6. I love this run. I have it on Omnibus, but this is the most classic of all Fantastic Four runs. And it's when they have the new costumes, guys. The Fantastic Four run is great. This is with the new costumes, and Nathaniel Richards is back, and there's a lot of crazy. There's the new costumes, though. This is great stuff. Okay. Let's see who's going to win. Okay, guys, good luck. Do I have all the members in? Oh, let's see. Who won tonight? I gotta put him in, right? Was that Cranable? Let me get Cranable. I want to make Cranable eligible tonight, right? Cranable's the guy, right? I want to make sure he's in. All right. There's Cranable. Let's put him in. I need to get him in the hopper. Now I just got to figure out how to open it. I got to figure out how to open that. There we go. All right. Cranable's going in. Let me seal it up. Put the seal back on. All right, guys, here we go. Good luck, everybody. This is the first time we're ever using this. Lick my fingers. Oh, I got 2. Here's who didn't win. Here's who didn't win. Here's the winner right here. Have any look. The person who finished second is Coily. Sorry, Coily. Sorry, buddy. Coily just won a couple weeks ago, though. So Curly, you're going back in. Whoever this is the winner. All right. I don't know who that is. Here we go. All right. Jack Kramer. Jack Kramer, you are the winner of Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four, brother. Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four. I love it. There you go. Congratulations, Jack Kramer. All right. Oh, yeah. Comics and Trees. You should print your logo as a sticker. Yeah, my wife just bought a stamp. My wife just bought a Chubbyray comic stamp. So we'll be able to stamp. That's a great idea. That's a very good stamp. All right. Good idea. All right, random. Let's do Aquaman deep dives. Aquaman deep dives. You guys know how we do randoms, right? Tom is going to text me. Tom will count to a number and text me. When Tom texts me, I will randomly pick whichever person I'm next to while I'm scrolling, because I will scroll up and down. Until I get the text. When I get the text, and then when I get the text, I stop scrolling, and whoever I'm on, that's who wins. Okay. All right, Tom, I'll count it down. I will count it down. 3, 2, 1. All right, Tom, count. Tom, you count and then text whenever you want. And I will, when you text, I will stop scrolling. All right. I'm just waiting for Tom to text. I'm going down all the way. Now I'm going all the way back up. Boy, there's a lot of messages tonight, guys. A lot of good chat room. Good chat room tonight. Good chat room. We didn't have as many people, but we had a lot of good chats. By the way, the people who comment the most, I was thinking they have a better shot at winning because they're commenting a lot. You know what I mean? What? Tom texted and he said, Steve has cooties, but the one who has the comic is NF, brother. NF 866. You win Aquaman deep dives. Congratulations. Congrats, NF. All right, NF, you win. Send me an email, chubburaycomics@gmail.com, and I will get your book. All right, let's do the next member giveaway. The next member giveaway, Tom, is Fantastic Four by Mark Miller and Brian Hitch. You guys, I got to tell you, I love this book. The person who's going to win this book, you are in for a treat, man. You are in for a treat. This book is so good. I think it's the most underrated Fantastic Four run of all time. That's how good Miller and Hitch's stuff is. I can't believe that there are people that insult it because this run's fantastic. All right, let's seal up our member hopper. Do you guys like the new hopper, by the way? I love it. Got the new hopper. Flopping around here. Look at this one sticking out. Should I push it back in? Let's push it back in. Okay. Because the clip fell off. So one was trying to poke through. I think I'll have to tape this clip in. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I got to tape this in because my OCD is making me clip this in. I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but my OCD wants me to fix this before we continue on. All right. I'm putting some tape. I think the tape can fix it. hope it'll work. All right, here we go. Take it around again. And let's pick a winner. All right, guys, let's find out who is going to get Fantastic Four World's Greatest. Got the winner. I got the winner in my hand right here. But let's see. I want to see somebody fell out. This is second place. I love when here's the person who did not win. You didn't win shit. Stephen Patterson. Sorry, Stephen. See, and then there's one right here. This one is, that's Federico. Sorry, Federico. You didn't win shit. Okay. You're getting back in. Here is the winner. The winner is, that's upside down. Hold on. Richie Rich, you're the winner. The Frosted Flake bucket has been put out to pasture, and the hopper is now in. The hopper is the new prize. Last giveaway, guys. Last giveaway. We're going to wrap it up. Here we go. Same thing, Tom. I want you to text me, and that's when I will pick. All right. This is Batman Detective Comics, Gotham Nocturne Act 2. This is Ram V's Detective Run. It's very good. It's very good. It was called Gotham Nocturne, and there were three. I think there were three or how many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is Act 2. There was 1, 2, 3. There was 4. There were 4 acts, so that's pretty cool. Here we go. All right. Congratulations to who's going to win this, Tom. Same thing. I'm going to count to 10, and then you scroll. I'll count down from 3, and you scroll. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling until Tom tells me to stop. I'm trying to scroll at a decent pace too. By the way, whoever comments the most, you're going to have the best odds. All right. Tom text. It says the snozberries taste like snozberries, but the golden comic goes to Goomba Guy. Again? He just won last week. Congratulations. You win again, brother. He commented a lot. When you comment a lot, that's how you win. Good job, brother. All right. Connor, I'll get the stuff sent up to you. Now that I got the address, I'll get the stuff sent up to you. And all the other winners, get hold of me, chubbyraycomics@gmail.com. You guys, it's great. Laconima is going to figure out the Discord for us tomorrow. Join the Patreon, please. Go to chubbyraycomics.com. Join the Patreon. We got a lot of stuff coming. We're going to have some fun. You guys, I love you all. You guys are great. Thank you so much. It's a great community. And I will talk to you. The next live show is going to be Wednesday for sure at 5 p.m. I might do a surprise Patreon show tomorrow. But if I do, it'll be a warm-up show, so it'll be on YouTube. And Patreon. But I'm thinking of doing a surprise Patreon show tomorrow. But for sure, Wednesday night at 5. All right, you guys? Have a great rest of the night, and I will see you on the next episode of Chubby Ray Comics Live or God knows which one I'll join for. Later, everybody. Chester